If you want to hire great people and have them stay working for you, you have to be run by ideas, not hierarchy.
And are people willing to tell you you're wrong?
Yeah.
When people describe Steve Jobs, often words like brilliant, visionary, entrepreneur are thrown around. But I think there is a far better word that describes him, one that groups together every single one of these descriptors, and that is dreamer. It is important to start this discussion with a clarification. Steve Jobs was not an inventor. As a matter of fact, he really did not invent much of anything. But there is one really important thing that he did do, and that is creating a culture of innovation and collaboration.
One of the keys to Apple is Apple's an incredibly collaborative company.
You see, Steve Jobs was a master integrator, not inventor. And that is a super key distinction. He was able to take concepts that existed and integrate them into devices to create an immensely intuitive and capable product. What better way to start this discussion off than by talking about the Macintosh, which was Apple's first true claim to fame. For years before these computers, we had massively capable command line interfaces that could do basically everything that Apple computers did, but they were extremely unintuitive and had a massive skill curve to master. This made them a device that was mostly geared towards computer professionals, not your everyday business person, and certainly not your everyday consumer. So how did Jobs and Apple pull this off? Well, they did by creating the first truly intuitive graphical user interface. There were GUIs before this, but they still relied greatly on command line knowledge. Further, when the Macintosh was released in 1984, it was the first consumer-grade computer to be fully integrated with mouse control. This is something that seems so basic and obvious to us now. But the ability to bring a mouse pointer to anything on screen and click what you need was a monumental evolution in human interaction with computers, and kicked off the personal computing revolution. After the Macintosh, the next obvious evolution was brought to the music industry in the form of the iPod.
Amazing little device, holds 1,000 songs, and it goes right in my pocket.
Again, following the same trend, Apple did not invent the portable media player, but they did do one very important thing. They made it possible to increase the number of songs in your pocket from tens to thousands in the blink of an eye, and made it in one of the smallest and most portable form factors imaginable. And there was another huge evolution here. Much like the Mac, it had a beautiful and intuitive user interface, making swift and precise seeking for songs among thousands of others an effortless task. With this device came the need for an interface which would allow users to intuitively load and purchase music for consumption, and with that, iTunes was born. iTunes revolutionized the way people interacted with their music library, allowing them to upload all of their existing CDs and purchase new music digitally, all in one convenient location. There was one big issue with this vision. Each record label and source had a different opinion on how much songs should cost. This would have stagnated the entire store and made the music buying process inconsistent, something that did not fit in with Apple's operational philosophy. Although this was the case, Jobs had an incredible ability to move people. In a monumental effort, he brought together Sony, Universal, and Warner and aligned them on one shared vision, that being allowing songs to be sold for 99 cents each, with zero exceptions. This made the music buying experience extremely predictable and consistent, and made iTunes the definitive avenue for music purchases from that point forward. The last, and arguably most important innovation that Steve Jobs pushed was the introduction of the iPhone.
And here it is.
If anyone had any remaining doubts about Apple's ability to innovate, and truly change the world, those doubts would be gone forever once this device was released. Whether you're a fan of Apple or not, there is no denying that our modern day phones are all defined by the standards that were brought forth with the original iPhone. With the introduction of the first multi-touch screen interface, and for the time, a really large, nearly full-screen device, this was truly a marvel to behold. It was a device that was painted as a blank canvas for developers to decide how they wanted their apps to be controlled, not bound by an antiquated keyboard with physical controls. As we have seen, that device was truly only the start of a legacy that has been going strong for nearly 2 decades. With each passing iPhone, Apple continues to push the boundaries of what is possible in the mobile computing space. And this was all enabled by the relentless pursuit of innovation and perfection that was started by Steve Jobs, and still lives on strongly today. As the complexity of our online world continues to develop, Apple remains a leader in encryption and privacy, and a champion of users' right to online freedom. This is not something that happened overnight. It is something that has been ingrained in the fabric of Apple's culture since its inception. In an incredible way, the iPhone has kept the same DNA over all these years. Although the technology has changed vastly since 2007, one key feature of iPhone has remained the same, and that is the simplicity and accessibility of the device. The key to Apple throughout all of these years has been to make their devices one that all people can use and enjoy, catered to skilled and experienced, all the way to users who are brand new to the tech. This is something that takes an incredible deal of mastery to achieve, because it requires a layered approach, one where, on the surface, everything is clear and obvious, but also deeply capable for those who care to venture beyond to unlock the true potential of their devices. This mindset of excellence is something that Jobs worked extensively to ensure, and it is amazing to see how far it has all come. So with all of this, what was Steve Jobs' dream truly about? Was it to build the greatest tech company in the world? Was it about innovating faster than rivals? I think not. The vision was to create technology that moves people, that has the power to change the world itself. This is what Apple is truly about. We have seen their mission accelerate every year, with goals of continuing to push what is possible in the tech space, while also creating a cleaner world through climate-neutral initiatives. This is the future, and it is one that Jobs would have been proud to see. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.